Today we end the torment.
Welcome to Game Theory, gaming's tangential learning experience.
Welcome to MatPat Plays. Today we are playing the scariest game of all creation. Over like this, bam!
We are going to be here all day raising money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
Behind those plump cheeks, that bulbous nose, and that 80s porn star mustache is a truly evil man.
Yeah!
Guarantee I'm gonna wind up crying before the end of today. As soon as they learn something about a treatment for a specific cancer or a protocol that you can use for treatment, it immediately gets disseminated out so that way other people can start using it and helping to save lives.
So for one final time, guys, welcome to Reality Check!
All right, 3, 2, 1, fire in the hole!
So Steph and I are having a little bit of a debate about what's the coolest part of St. Jude. I mean, it's all
It's a pretty
incredible.
dorky debate.
Yeah!
That's what you support when you support St. Jude. You know, those opportunities for patients like us who wouldn't be alive today without St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
We want to support charities that not only are helping to treat people, but are helping to solve the core problems that underlie those issues.
$1,197,500. Thank you guys so much for having us. I can't believe how much that is, you guys.
That red book of
It's
recipes,
really awesome.
some handwritten, some from other cookbooks, some from the local newspaper. That curated list of foods, that was my grandfather's legacy, his childhood. And instead of just shoving it aside because the things take too long to cook or smell strange or whatever, today I decided to embrace it. We learned from it.
Stampy's lovely world is over. Tom Scott has left YouTube. Technoblade never got to see it happen. It's hard to believe, but MatPat just joined them. Not exactly where Techno is, thankfully, but where the rest of them are. The YouTube Hall of Fame. I'm not sure where to go with this. I had this whole grand thing planned. No, I didn't. That's a lie. I was planning to make this a collab with Hyperthusiast, another of my fellow, and one of my favorite, fellow small creators. But that is the only thing I had planned for this. I still can't fully believe this is happening. It feels like just yesterday he made the announcement, yet it was already 10 weeks ago. 11 by the time you see this, if I'm doing my math correctly. As corny as this sounds, MatPat changed my life. And not just in a superficial, oh, I never heard of FNAF before, and now I literally have it in my bedroom, although that too. This entire channel was built on my constant hyper-analysis of things I like. Not in a theory sense most of the time, but in a, that was really cool, let me think about this more deeply sense. The only reason I do that is because, when I was 7 years old, I found a video online about why Mario was a communist and thought it was cool. I don't know for certain what my first game theory was, but I'm pretty sure it was that one. So I watched a few more videos from that channel, and at this point, I've been watching game theory for the better part of 10 years. Because I love exploring art through new and creative mediums, such as thorough analysis like what Matt does, and thorough analysis like what I do. Which means that if MatPat had never started making videos, I would not be here right now. I can't deal with this, man. I'm 17, I'm a fucking kid. What do you expect me to do? Go on strike like I'm the meddling kids who got Scooby-Doo back on the air? Of course not. Matt deserves to retire, and it's awesome that he's getting that chance. I'm super happy for him. He spent over 10 years on this site, with me watching most of them. But that doesn't mean it can't still hurt. This man practically raised me, along with Stampy Longhead, Iballistic Squid, and a couple others I don't need to draw your attention to. So, of course, this is gonna be bittersweet. Yeah, it's awesome that they get this chance. I'm thrilled for them. It's also sad that I won't be watching their stuff anymore. Because I have this super random memory of back when the Game Theory, the complete series playlist was called Game Theory, the complete series, in chronological order. I had just been introduced to the idea of chronological versus canonical order, ironically by Matt, I think. So I read that and was like, I wonder what it would be in canonical order. Because, you know, I'd only ever heard them in the theory context of, well, this is chronologically first, but is this actually canonically first? horror might be my favorite genre. I think sci-fi fantasy still beats it out, but horror is a pretty close second. And that's wild, because a year ago, I would have told you I hated horror. I'd never seen a single horror movie, save for the one time I went to see Halloween Ends for a friend's birthday. The one horror game I'd ever played was Bendy and the Ink Machine, and while that game isn't known for being all that scary by horror standards, it still took me like a month to beat because I was constantly on edge. I was like Noelle from Delta and practically scared of everything. But I've also always been fascinated by the genre. And you know why? MatPat. His theories about FNAF, Bendy, Hello Neighbor, hell, even Salad Fingers brought me into this genre. His Let's Plays of FNAF 6 and DDLC were my first direct exposure to the genre. Was I too young at the time? Abso-fucking-lutely. But at the same time, without them, I wouldn't have been so intrigued by horror, fear, and the things that frighten me. I certainly wouldn't have said that horror might be my favorite genre. But look where I am now. Mentally unstable, still an absolute scaredy cat, but otherwise, a pretty okay human being. And sure as hell, one who loves to do a little theorizing. But horror isn't the only thing early game theory got me invested in. Honestly, I never really thought of making videos as being something that interested me. I watched a bunch of them, but the idea of doing fancy stuff with the edits never really stuck out to me. Until, of course, I found the game theorists. Seeing the awesome edits done by Lee and Ronnie, rest in peace, Ronnie. Honestly, this show might have been what got me interested in creative projects in general. I was a STEM kid for a lot of my childhood, and hearing Matt talk about how enthusiastic he was for creating stuff kind of made me reconsider everything. So, in a very real way, MatPat is the reason that I want to do something creative. I've only ever made a single genuine theory on this channel. I made one or two on my old channel. No, I won't tell you what that channel was, but theorizing isn't exactly my thing. I prefer to look at themes and ideas rather than trying to solve stuff. But I think that one theory is awesome. I put tons of effort into customizing how I handled the color grading, the visuals, the music, all sorts of things. Yeah, I love making good videos in general, but I put extra effort into that one for a reason. Because I was hoping that MatPat would get to see it. He didn't, to my knowledge, but I can still kind of hope, you know? This man impacted me really strongly for 2/3 of my life and 4/5 of what I actually remember. So of course I'd want to impress him the first time I ever made a theory video. And sure, he never saw it, but wanting to make a good impression still led to an awesome video game made. That's what'll leave a mark on it. Not the fact that he never saw it, but the fact that I had a lot of fun trying to get him to. It's easy to think your life will never make an impact. Like, nothing you've ever done has or will matter. Like, because you can't see the effects, they don't exist. But that's profoundly untrue. Everything you do, from creating a multi-million subscriber YouTube channel to tipping your waiter a little extra, can make a big effect on someone. For me, yes, a lot of these major changes did come from massive YouTubers. But a lot of them also came from teachers. The story of my 5th grade teacher finally getting me to write a long-form piece of fiction is not really something that goes on this channel, but it sure as hell affected me more than anything MatPat ever did. The story of my current theater teacher undoing years of everything needs a purpose training by just simply saying, we're doing this to spark joy, is literally as simple as what I just said. But it sure as hell changed how I think. Do you want to know why I'm thinking about this? Because the penultimate episode of Matt's Time on Game Theory was an entire video about the power of the butterfly effect, and how the creation of FNAF positively impacted hundreds of thousands of people in ways both tiny and enormous. This is probably gonna bomb. I don't care. Thank you, MatPat. You genuinely changed my life. You are the reason I love FNAF. You are the reason I hyperanalyze everything I watch. You are the reason I have a deeply ingrained fear of animatronics. And you are the reason I value creativity so much. In a very real way, you are the reason this channel exists. I've been a fan of you for so long. You're the reason that orchestral remix of Science Blaster at the end of the finale gave me actual chills. Hoping you would react and be impressed is the reason my theory about it's me not just being Golden Freddy's phrase is one of the videos on this channel I put the most work into. Matt, I'm sure you'll never see this. Thank you for watching and for everything. And always remember, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.